brunchin', a good brunchin', a good brunchin'. It's the Good Butcher Podcast. 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 Everybody, good brunchin'. It's the Good Butcher Podcast. It's the Good Butcher Podcast. It's the Good Butcher Podcast. Everybody, good brunchin'. You are tuned into the Good Brunchin' Podcast. Good brunchin'.
Good people, good brunchin'. Good brunchin'. Well, welcome to the Good Brunchin' Podcast. People, it's your boy Bill the Billionaire, your favorite brunch show from 12 to 1 on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yes, make sure y'all get to follow us and catch us on Mondays on GS Radio at 8 p.m. on Mondays. But you're here with your favorite host, Bill the Billionaire, Ace Brown, and Tamika's in the building. What's good, y'all?
Yo. What up?
Happy Thursday. Happy Thirsty Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Happy day after Juneteenth. I just want to put it out there. Yesterday's show was not an official show, only because we here at the brunch show, we like to get ahead and respect one of the best holidays out there. That's Juneteenth, and we just ain't start celebrating. So all that talk about Bill wasn't here and wasn't no. It was Juneteenth, and I'm not gonna lie. How I celebrated my Juneteenth is in the bed. What's up?
What that was? What that was you and the angry producer. You know how like a job gives you holidays and then they give you personal days, and you like, I'm going to personal day for a holiday such as my birthday. That's what y'all did. That's like one of the personal days. And you
that's your problem. That's your problem. No, that's your problem. See, days like Lincoln. Well, I think Lincoln's birthday. Like when I used to be at work, they used to give you what is called a floating holiday.
Yeah,
right?
That's
a floating holiday. Yeah, but no. So basically, you just said Juneteenth is a floating holiday.
No. I said that's what y'all.
That's what you just said.
No. What I said is y'all used it for that because guess what? Never once did we all agree that we were taking the day off.
Can I just say something? Let me say, if I go back to the chat, I'm not gonna lie. I was in the bed the whole time. I was sick. And I'm still not 100%. But I knew when the angry producer said it, and then Meek just said I'm a host. I said, Ace don't care. I'm gonna go to sleep because I go with them. I went right to sleep. I wake up. I see these dudes is on live. And then I said, hold on, is the angry producer? There? I said, is the angry producer there? No, he wasn't.
We was out there. Not me and Meek was like this. Look, we're doing old school. We'll hold it down.
I'm happy I wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy I wasn't.
I don't know. First of all, let me tell you something. Let me say something. Okay. We had a very amazing conversation yesterday. It was amazing. A lot of people learned a lot of shit. So don't come at us like that, okay?
No, I'm not saying that y'all did a bad job. I just want to say that.
So what you trying to say?
That it caused me to go back to bed. I had a headache. I wanted to get ahead and jump and get in the fight. I didn't have enough energy yesterday.
One thing I want to say is Shamik Akat. He's fucking hilarious. He said Will was out of timeout.
Yeah. Bro. Wait. Cat, because Ace isn't black. He don't support black. No, I support everything. Look, I support black. I just think. You know what Juneteenth is? You know my thing about Juneteenth is the fact that I'm just one of those. If we gonna do it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I think that we as a culture, we pick and choose when we want to celebrate. Last year, everything was Juneteenth.
What you mean we pick and choose when we celebrate stuff?
Like there was a time where everybody was supposed to black out their Facebook profile page for Trayvon Martin. Why would we have to back up? When did we release that? Like we pick and choose. We let
that wasn't a holiday, bro. That was not a holiday.
I think we pick and choose. Like when it comes to the holiday, I think that as a whole, if it's going to be national, it should be national. You know what I'm saying? I think that there shouldn't have been a question if this was Christmas, there wouldn't have been a question of whether or not we're doing the show. It would be like, yo, what we doing? You know what I mean? I think this like we still because just like men's mental health month. I'm not saying that it's not a real thing. I'm just saying that
no. But my thing is this: if now, I don't know, so I'm asking: did you just start celebrating Juneteenth? You personally? Okay, so that's the difference. You just started celebrating Juneteenth. Right. I've been celebrating, talking about Juneteenth before. So it's not a thing that we pick and choose. You never celebrate because you didn't. I don't know why, but you didn't. Maybe you didn't have the information on it. You didn't know about it. Okay, so it's not a pick and choose. It's being educated on the holiday to know now I can celebrate it. To where now it's being on a national level, but before it was on a national level, we still spoke about Juneteenth in my house, and there was Juneteenth events that have been going on for years. So that's why I say it's not a pick and choose.
So I seen more, and that's why I said pick and choose as a whole. I'm not talking
about it's more people getting more educated about it now. That's what it is. More people getting more educated now to where really like 4th of July to me is just like, okay, I don't celebrate 4th of July.
You know what frustrated me yesterday? What frustrated me yesterday about Juneteenth, right? I was seeing more Juneteenth club flyers.
Right.
Than anything else. Okay. That's one thing. It was Juneteenth yesterday, and I'm not saying that Juneteenth is not about is about the pardon. But you see more fire right before 4th of July. Right, before 4th of July, niggas is already doing fireworks. They already are planning for the 4th of July. I ain't smell not one grill yesterday. I didn't smell not one grill yesterday.
Meek, wait. You know how many?
Okay, I overstand.
Was out yesterday. They had mad. I'm like, guys, there was a whole bunch. There was a lot.
Well, now listen to what I'm saying. There was a lot, probably where you're at, hey, right? Probably where you're at.
All over the world.
Listen, you're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Yesterday, where I'm at, in my area, where I'm at, I didn't smell not one grill. I didn't see nobody over here. I know that it doesn't have to do with anything, but the same way we celebrate Juneteenth for the independence of us, the same way, that's why everybody stopped celebrating the 4th of July. Right. The 4th of July is not the real independence or whatever, whatever it is. I know the day is not about the grilling, but the way niggas go hard for the 4th of July, I didn't see that here. So that's what baffled me. I understand that everywhere there's other people out there that's celebrating it. I was just upset that on my social media, all I was seeing Juneteenth flyers of clubs, and here I didn't see anybody celebrate Juneteenth over here. There was nothing over here. There was nothing. Only if you go I'm talking. All right, I understand that social media. I said on Instagram, but I'm responding to Cash. Over here, even when only thing I saw of Juneteenth was in Walmart. That was the only thing. I even went to Target and you barely saw anything Juneteenth. Where I'm at, there was like nothing at all where I'm at with Juneteenth.
But my question is, why are you looking for Target and Walmart or any of those places to celebrate Juneteenth?
I'm not.
It's not for them.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I'm looking. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Hold on, let me say this. What I am looking for is for the education side. I do know, like, for example, Bill said you're not educated enough. I understand our independence.
But Ace, you said, Ace, my problem with what you said is you said as a whole.
As a whole,
you don't need. What are you talking? We've been celebrating Juneteenth.
4 out of 5 families. 4 out of 5 families. 4 out of 5 Black families know about Juneteenth. They don't understand the significance of it.
What? Then you don't understand.
And all I was trying to explain was
what I'm saying. The average Black family celebrated Juneteenth because that's something that we publicize. They don't understand what Bill just said, the education behind it. Where'd you get this 4 out of 5? Because that's bullshit. I guarantee you it. Go ask the average 4 out of 5. If we hosted it right now and we just said, what is Juneteenth? What does Juneteenth mean to you besides the independence? Tell us the education.
It doesn't mean anything.
They're not gonna say anything.
It's not what it means to you. It only means one thing. That's independence. It's not broken down into a subculture of what does it mean to you now. That's not a thing. It only means one thing. We're not changing.
We're celebrating the independence of Black people. We're celebrating the independence of Black people, right?
The ending of slavery is Juneteenth.
The ending of slavery. Are we sure? So what about the Black people that own slaves?
What?
What about the black people that own slaves? Were they considered freed or not? So we're celebrating.
They were free 2 years before. They didn't know that 2 years
they
before.
Didn't know that.
They didn't know that they were free until they came and told them, like,
no,
y'all are free. Until the war was over.
It took a war.
2 years.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. You see what y'all are saying? That is not publicized to the.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I just told you
on the news.
We just gave you the information. It's
hold on. Before y'all get all out of rate, are you telling me that if I bought Zorian, who's 8 years old, she's taught that in school?
Because you didn't educate her. That's your job to educate her.
That's your job to educate her.
That's the kind of the point. That's kind of the point that we're trying to make.
What I'm saying
I don't want to have the
I don't have to educate her about.
I don't have to educate her about what Columbus Day that they're putting in the school. I don't have to educate her about who Martin
Luther King. False. You do need to educate her.
Hey,
so this is
what I'm saying. You do.
Like,
hold on. Depend on the school. No. You can't. No. Wait. You're not making sense because everything starts at home. I don't care how you can't.
So if I sit here and say, hold on. So
let Billy finish.
Hold on. So if I sat here and said,
hold
on. If I sat here and said that Martin Luther King did
should have been taught at home.
Hold on.
They're giving all that information.
Can you let me finish? If
I wish you would let me finish so we can end the whole conversation. But go ahead.
If I sat there and said Martin Luther King did A, B, C, and D, would the school back it or they would not? Without me saying
we don't know what your A, B, C, and D is.
We don't know what your A, B, and C is.
Do schools speak about Martin Luther King? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do schools talk about the freedom of slavery? Yes or no?
In some schools,
that's what we're saying. It should be
that's the education system. That's not the fucking. What are you talking about? It depends on what school.
But y'all not understanding what it is that we're saying. We overstand. Me personally, I overstand that is the educational system. We overstand that the educational system is not putting it out there.
There is no education system without you.
Y'all not listening to what we're saying. And one thing about me, we do that. Yes, we overstand. Hold on. Listen, hold on. Because this is not getting nowhere. We overstand that the household is the first place to teach. I said that. I tell my kids that. You got to learn what you need to learn in school for you to pass. But what I teach you is what I teach you. I get that part. I get the part that Martin Luther King is taught in school. But the other shit, we're not disagreeing with that. What I was saying, because I'm not going to sit and speak on what Ace is saying. What I was saying, where I'm at, where I live, is not pushed out there like the 4th of fucking July. That's all I was trying to say. The 4th of July, you see everybody outside. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying.
Describe out there. What does that mean? Out there. I don't understand that.
Out there meaning when it's the 4th of July, when everybody's celebrating the 4th of July, what everybody does for the 4th of July.
You talk. All right. Now you just equated.
And that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. No, because y'all not gonna sit and try to misconstrue what it is that I'm saying. All I'm saying was I'm not seeing the Juneteenth being celebrated the way I see the 4th of July separated. That's all I'm saying. I don't understand what the fuck is the problem. I don't get it.
Hey, Bill.
I'm not saying nothing wrong.
Hey, Bill, check this out, Bill.
They don't allow.
How does he say y'all two and I didn't say anything? I sat here the whole time.
Bro, you've been talking the whole time. The whole time, bro. You was talking the whole time.
I'm gonna do the will.
Like I said,
I didn't even say nothing. That's the crazy part.
Ace, no, we were just talking about Ace. Ace just said I didn't say anything.
Hey, Bill, let's flex the power. We just muted them. We're gonna flex
that. Look, we just gonna leave it. Let's start into the show. We could start in the show. Because I'm not saying nothing or anything that's disagreeing with you guys. All I said was, in my opinion, I did not see the Juneteenth being celebrated like every people was not prepared. And again, listen to what I'm saying. Here, where I'm at, people were not preparing for the Juneteenth the way I see other people prepare for the freaking 4th of July. That's all I said.
Now stop talking for a second. Now stop talking right there for a second. Now stop right there. Stop.
I'm talking. Stop. I stopped.
Now, here's what you just did. Here's what you just did. You equated a celebration for a country versus a celebration for a race of people.
Oh my goodness gracious. I understand that I said that. I understand that I said that. This is why I'm cutting you off because I understand what you're saying.
If you know that
What you
how do you put them together?
We don't sit and prepare. Look, I'm not going to explain myself because everything, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. All I'm saying is I wish I could see more Juneteenth being prepared for by this instead of the way they do the fuck. That's all I'm saying. Can we please start the show and we will have this discussion after the show because I'm getting pissed off.
All right, calm down. I'm trying to agree with you. Just listen to a second.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's all I'm asking you is just hear us for 1 second. We can move on. All I'm saying, I agree with you that it's not promoted as the 4th of July is. It's not one of those things that they're going around like 4th of July sale and do all that kind of stuff. Do I feel it should get that? Yes. Is it getting that? No, but that doesn't take away from what.
So where is it that I said something wrong?
Meek, I'm not. No one's. You're not.
Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I'm not going to say. I'll mute myself.
People, we're going to go into the emails because we just not hearing each other. But listen, if y'all want to email us, y'all can send your emails into the Good Brunchin Podcast at gmail.com. And like I said, give us your views and your opinions on what's going on. So we're going to go into an email that we got from one of our favorite listeners. Mail. One of our favorite listeners sent something in and he has something to say. And that's Mr. Supervillain Rants. Okay. So it says, good afternoon, Good Brunchin family. This is your favorite supervillain. So I was on the Who's Up with Dre and Family Morning Show. The subject matter and the things said in the comments had me so upset I had to turn it off early. Mika knows what it was. Now it's getting close to 12 p.m. and I'm getting my snacks and spliff ready to enjoy the Good Brunchin Podcast. Didn't start on time. We're used to it. Then I noted Mika's going live with Ace. So I'm like, okay, Bill is off. This is going to be good. Enjoy your Juneteenth, brother. Right? Wrong. It went from the Good Brunchin Podcast to the Great Debaters. Now, I love the show was over 2 hours. I know that the show was over 2 hours, but I was laughing for different reasons. All I heard was skill set, no nigga delivery, and LeBron or Drew Holiday. Hell, even Beauty left and came back and was an hour later and said, and I quote, damn, y'all still on with this? Mika spent most of the time either laughing while looking Asian or lawyering up to try to defuse the debate. It was so aggressively funny. I've never seen Ace and Will with veins piping out their foreheads. If I didn't know them, I would have gambled on who was going to win in the fight. This is your fault, Bill. You take off and the inmates run the asylum. LOL. Sincerely, signed the most ignorant supervillain ever. And then after that, supervillain emails back. It says, oh, and by the way, I sent that email and they're still going at it now. Okay, so shout out to supervillain for tuning in yesterday to the haircut rants, and definitely wanted to put that out there. That was I can't take responsibility for that, but we do have another email that I do read on the show or whatever. So this email right here says, "Hey, Good Brunchin team, I love the show. Keep up the great work. But I got something for y'all. Lately, me and my husband have been having great sex. We have been enjoying every bit of it. The other night, I was cleaning up his man cave and I see a honey pack wrapper in his garbage. I don't know how I should feel about this. Should I bring it up to him that I found this honey pack, or should I just leave it alone? Is this the new thing for men? I don't know how I should really feel. Is it the honey pack, or have I lost the honey he once loved? Signed, Honey or Not." So how y'all feel? How y'all feel about how you think she should handle the situation? She found the honey pack. They've been having great sex. They found the honey pack in her man's man cave garbage. How you feel about that, Meek? You're a female, Meek. How you feel about that? Unmute yourself, Meek.
He's probably noticing he can't give it to you the way he used to, so he feels he got to do the honey pack. A woman's sex drive is way more active than a man's sex drive. So you probably, want 17 nuts and he could just give you 2. So he's like, let me use the honey pack.
All right, but my thing is this. Should she say something? Like she said, they've been having great sex lately. And they both enjoy
Leave that man alone. Don't fuck with his insecurity. If you don't know, and I get it that you want to know if you're trying to figure it out, but you don't. Me personally, I'm gonna just leave it alone because I don't know what it is that he's going through, why he's taking it, and if he felt comfortable to tell me, he would tell me. Me personally, I'm gonna just leave it alone.
Okay, so you leave it alone. Ace, how you feel like she should handle it?
I mean, as far as the let's just address the first one. Super villain's email. We're not going to just skip past that. Super villain, you're a very good guy that comes on the show. Whenever we have debates, people need to understand that family is going to debate. People are going to have their stance on whatever, and it comes a point where we have to eventually listen. I don't know how long Supervillain was on, but if you notice at the end, Will was misunderstood because he didn't say something the way that I perceived it. So what he said and what I heard was two different things. So if you stayed to the end, you would have saw that I even said it yesterday, that when people are debating, it's not so much about, oh, who's going to get into a battle of back and forth or things like that. Even in this situation, sometimes it's what somebody says and what they hear. What did you hear? Because if I sit there and say I said this and Bill or Tamika heard something else, that could be like, no, I didn't say that. This is what I was saying. So what did you hear? And that's what it is. Now, as far as the honey pack goes, I think that the gentleman with the honey pack, sometimes people take honey packs or these rhino pills or any of these other things. They take it because they're thinking that maybe that they're not doing anything. I think Mika or one of y'all said insecurities. It may be him. It may not be you. It may be he feels as though he's lacking somewhere. So I'm taking this supposed enhancement to make it better. Some people don't understand that it ain't going to help none. You know what I mean? Everybody body doesn't affect the same way. You know, I've taken a honey pack and to me that shit don't do nothing. You know what I mean? Some of them now you'll see it. It says it on there. I was in a gas station the other day and I seen one of these gas station pills that said, take one of these, no headaches. I said, oh, so it's been apparent that people have been complaining about the headaches you can get from these things. So I just say, like, yo, let your husband rock. If that's his thing, fine. If you want to talk to him about it, just be like, hey, do you feel as though you're not satisfying me? Because if so, let me tell you that you are, or let's see how it is. So let's go.
Supervillain said, I stayed to the end. Sometimes you just gotta agree to disagree. And then Randy said,
I don't like that thing. I said that before. I hate
agree
that.
To disagree?
Agree to disagree. Because
I think for the time period and where y'all are at and wherever let's say the tension is or whatever it is, just because right now you standing strong on what you standing strong on and they're standing strong, whatever, and y'all just keep going like this and y'all
but we're not agreeing.
No, listen. So agree that y'all did. I said agree to disagree. Be like, hey, that's how you feel, and that's how I feel. Okay, we just gonna agree on that and just leave it because y'all not getting anywhere if you're gonna keep fighting your battles and not hearing things out. Now that's for the moment. Now we can later on talk about it and find a different way to talk about it. But agree to disagree is like this. Right now, we're not getting nowhere. So let's just agree to disagree and we go ahead and leave it on. You can still feel how you feel, but right now it's no point in continuing to.
You know what it sounds like to me?
Tabling a situation.
You're ugly because you're ugly. Hey, that's like I'm not agreeing to disagree. We disagree. We disagree on it. But I don't understand. I never understood the statement of
it's tabling it for the moment because y'all are not getting anywhere. It's for the moment. We have to table it because you feel in this way.
That's what I'm saying.
You can say that too. Like, okay, let's table this. I say let's agree to disagree.
The actual statement "agree to disagree" is what I'm saying. Like, I never
agreeing that. No, you're agreeing that I don't agree with you and you don't agree with me. That's we agree on that.
I hated that.
But do you understand that?
No, I understand what it means. I just always hated it because it's like when you say table, it means, okay, well, address it. I think some people say agree to disagree to not bring it back up because they don't want to hear the other side. You know what I mean?
No, that's on how
tabling it. Like, I get that. Okay, we'll address it later because right now we're not getting nowhere. That part I get. But I think that when people say like agree to disagree, I'm like, I don't understand that. Because if we don't discuss it, we're never gonna get a common understanding. I'm never gonna understand. Sometimes I want to understand why you don't see it this way. I want to understand it. That doesn't mean that maybe you may enlighten me. And I think Mika said that in the beginning. Sometimes it's educational for both sides. You know what I'm saying? That's just
super villain. You see it, right? This is my brother. I know.
No, I'm really not combative about everything. I really want to I think that a lot of people think that because you disagree or you ask questions, you're being combative.
No, I'm asking.
No. But I feel like
know.
this. Sometimes we'll put things on the table and it'll read out on the table. But Ace be like, nah, I don't think it should read like this.
When it's like, if it don't make sense,
but,
yo,
but when you just say, look, perfect example, you just said agree to disagree. You don't like the wording or whatever. I broke it down. I said we are agreeing that we both don't agree with what you know. I disagree with you. You disagree with me. So that's what we're agreeing on. Right? So it's nobody saying I'm right or you're wrong. That's what agree to disagree comes.
I never said I don't understand what it is. I said I don't like the statement. Like I don't like saying like how we talk about being humble. I don't like saying be humble. I don't like that. It doesn't mean I don't understand it. I just don't like it because of the simple fact that most of the time when you say to somebody we agree to disagree, guess what happens? Y'all never agree. Y'all never talk about it again.
But that's for two reasons. If I know that you are never going to hear me, I'm not going to keep going back over the same thing. We agree to disagree. I can move on. It ain't ending nothing that we got. We just move on from. You know what I'm saying? But now, if it's something that is still, I want to go ahead and bring up again, you go ahead and bring it up again. But if not, I'm like, I know I'm not talking to Ace about this because it's not going to go nowhere.
But however, here's my question once again, and this is what I'm saying. Like, Cass, I piss people off. Yeah, my job is to be the piss off person because guess what? A lot of y'all don't want to talk about shit that makes y'all feel uncomfortable. That's how Hoodie Ace came about because y'all are scared to talk about shit that make y'all feel uncomfortable. So guess what? You go ahead and say, well, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with what Tamika's saying. So I'm going to agree to, let me hear what Mika got to say so that way I can say what I got to say and learn from it. Tamika may teach me something that I didn't know. Not to bring it back up, the Juneteenth thing. If you're teaching me something that I do not know, that's understandable. But you can't sit there and say, well, let's agree to disagree because you don't know. Why the fuck we going to learn? We never learn.
And this, I must say what Supervillain just said. If you're not seeing each other's point, I'm not going to argue for 2 hours. You don't get it, then you don't get it. If you want to be enlightened, then you can't listen to speak. That's a fact.
But that's the dumbest thing, though, bro. How? Because if I am listening to you, because yesterday I was at the grand scheme of it, I listened to everything, the analogies that I use, everything I listened to for Will to say, oh, I did not mean that. That's not what I meant. For example, if you sit here and you bring up Juneteenth and I'm like, I don't learn it from what I'm hearing, what Supervillain is saying. If I don't know about Juneteenth, it's not for me to listen to Bill. If I said, well, all I've been seeing was number parties. So are we just celebrating? Or is it about, just celebrating parties because of the celebration of freedom? Is that's what this about? Nah, it's really about understanding the what happened during those times and the fact that we were done so wrong. And for 2 years, I don't know about that. If I just sit there and say, well, I'm never going to ask these questions because if you don't want to listen to me, no, I'm listening and I'm trying to get an understanding. So if I teach it to someone else, such as my child, I'm teaching them the right stuff.
So you just flipped what he just said. He said, when you want to be enlightened, then you would listen to Bill because you want to be enlightened. But you just said, I don't have to listen to Bill.
You wouldn't discuss it for 2 hours. If it takes, I'm not to understand.
No. But that's not the thing, Ace. You're not arguing the let's say the Juneteenth thing. We keep going back to that. The argument wasn't on what is Juneteenth and this is that. That wasn't what the argument was on. Because if that was the argument, if that was the conversation, yes, I will sit here if we have to for 2 hours to enlighten you. But when you're coming back and forth to try to tell me that, Juneteenth isn't this and it isn't this, and I'm trying to educate, there's no sense of us going back and forth. Now, when you want to be enlightened, you sit there and listen because you don't know something. So now I'm sitting here listening, and now if I have questions, of course, you can question this and question that. That's the whole thing about now what y'all did yesterday. Y'all were going back and forth and disagreeing with each other at a certain point. And then y'all got to where it was misunderstanding and all that kind of stuff. So that's the difference between wanting to be enlightened and just listening rather than you speaking your opinion on this thing that you had and this other person. You just said, no, I don't know that much about it. So that just tells me you need to be educated more. That's fine. So now I'm going to educate you more. But if we both have something that we're both educated on and we're going back and forth and we disagree on that, that's what he's saying. We're not going in for 2 hours. We just go ahead and table it and we can go ahead and do this.
But it may be things that I was taught that are false or were not fully taught. And even though I'm standing 10 toes down on it, I may not fully understand. Like,
whoa, stop. You just said it. You said I might have been taught incorrectly, and you're standing 10 toes down on it.
Right, but I don't know.
Wait. You're standing toes down, and you might have been taught something incorrectly. By you standing 10 toes down and not letting me get in what is, let's say I was taught correctly, now you're going back and forth. I'm not going to argue with you on facts that you were taught incorrectly.
But
so
how do I know? But how do I know that I was taught incorrectly?
Okay, because there's somebody that is trying. If somebody tries to give you facts, I'm not talking about the conversation yesterday. I'm just bringing an example. Right. If somebody's trying to give you facts and you like, well, no, I was taught this, but look, Ace, I have the facts. And the way we going back and forth, you're not even hearing me. You're just speaking. You're just speaking because you're 10 toes
I'm
down.
Not talking about that.
I'm just saying this, but this is it. You standing 10 toes down because this is what you believe and this is what you were taught. But when you were taught something wrong and you're going to stand 10 toes down and you're just speaking, you're not listening. Because now the listening of the actual education that is correct will get ahead and correct the way you were taught.
So here's what I'm saying, because you're talking about fact and fiction. That's two different things. What I'm saying is this.
No, we're talking about education, wrongful education, and correct education. Right.
We're talking.
So I'm trying to tell you, you're standing on the wrong education. You said it.
Here's what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, because we're talking about you mentioned fact and fiction. If I'm sitting here saying, yo, this, and you like, nah, that's not correct, I can show you proof as to why that's not correct. That debunks anything that I'm saying. But if we're talking about an opinionated point of view, and then we have certain things that can back it up, and certain things are trial and error. For example, let's just say comedy. And I say, yo, they say rule of thumb is you should get on stage 3 to 5 times a week. And you like, yo, bro, I've never been on stage 3 to 5 times a week. And this is where I'm at. And then I sit there and say, well, yeah, but these are where your holes are compared to this, that, and the third. If we're going back and forth, the main thing could still be about the fact of should you be on stage 3 to 5 times a week. There's nothing about the education side, but it may be something that takes 2 to 3 hours for me to understand that, whoa, there are people that are able to get 45 minutes and don't hit the stage that much. And then you sit there and say, well, damn, I never knew there was people that went ahead and had to hit the stage that much to get 45 minutes. We talk about that all the time when it comes to these new comedians. I don't think, and like I said, going off of what Supervillain is saying, I don't think that because a person may not understand it at that present moment, and because of the simple fact they're standing 10 toes down on what they believe, doesn't mean that they're not trying to listen. It just means that, hey, this is what I've been taught, or this is what I've experienced. Now, if you're talking fact or fiction, that's different. If you pull up, yo, these are the facts, ain't shit I could say. That's me being miseducated. But if we're talking about, which is most of the time what we're talking about, opinionated based things, there's not one time that we could pull out a fact on whether or not we're being overcharged for haircuts and nails. Can't pull that out. It's not a fact.
Is it opinionated for Meek to go ahead and say, it's opinionated for her to say, yo, there was nothing going on out here by me, right? And that's her opinion because that's what she's seen, right? But now if I'm in the same area and I'm running events, me and Meek have no connection. We have no connection at all. So I don't know Meek. I've never been around her, but I'm in her same area doing things for, let's say, Juneteenth, celebrating and doing it in this way. That was her opinion, but I have fact that there are things going done. I just not educated to where it is being done. And now if she says, I feel it needs to be done to another level as it is for 4th of July, hell yeah, I agree with that, because everybody should know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should know what's going on. And this is why the way it was celebrated yesterday, it was celebrated more than it was last year because of the fact it's growing, and the education is getting out there to grow. So next year, Meek might see one joint up there, be like, yo, they're having a Juneteenth event, they're doing whatever around the corner from me at the park. But at the end of the day, I do believe, and I'll go ahead and do my research. And if they don't have some, I know they definitely have something in Connecticut. I don't know where, whereabouts they've done. It's all over. So I just think about it like that. But Jocelyn,
I get it.
Agreeing to disagree is just to calm the air. People listen to respond first. When you have to listen to learn, then respond. If you can comprehend and then respond, that is just means what you had to say wasn't important. If you forgot and can't remember, so you have to cut me off to get it out. And then she said, listen, comprehend, respond. If you have to cut me off every time, then what you had to say wasn't needed to be heard. It was just what you wanted me to hear.
I think that sometimes people don't listen to, they listen to respond, not listen to hear. I always sit there and try to listen to hear, because it's, in fact, to be honest with you, I'm trying to find out where the fuck your hoes is at. Where's the holes in your story?
But now my thing is this: you looking for holes sometimes, and I know you. You look for holes when there's no holes.
No,
you try to get ahead and find the hole.
Most of the time, holes. Most of the time,
but my Ace, you going in to make holes that's not even there. That they can be holes if this is the moving the flagpole, bro. It's like to debate just to debate.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. That wall behind you, I've been to your house. If I go to push it, can I push it down? That wall behind you, exactly, because it's a sturdy wall. If your argument or your claim is sturdy, I can't poke no holes in it. When I'm arguing back and forth with Will, 90% of the time is fucking holes in there.
If I bang on this wall and I keep banging, I could eventually put a hole in it.
But that I would have to continue doing it, but I would have to do that for a continuous amount of time. When I'm debating with you, if you have a stance on something, you are going to sit there and have a stance. So,
I just want you to read this. I just want you to read this right here.
No, it's not listening to be right. No.
When you're looking at a situation when there's no holes, but you just said you try to find holes, that's listening to be right. Wait. You sat here and told us you will fight to the death of us online so that you were right. You are not going to fail in front. You will do that knowing
I'm going to ask you and Jocelyn the same thing.
Knowing when you were wrong. Right or
I'm going to ask you and Jocelyn the same thing.
Bro, did you say that yes or no? Have you said that yes or no?
Yes.
Have you said it? All right, then. So right now, you just proved a point.
No.
You just proved her point.
Put that back. Cash, put that back up there. Put that back up there.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's listening to be right. She said listening to find holes isn't listening to comprehend or hearing. That's false. And the reason why I say it's false is in a debate. Hold on, don't cut me off. Because I haven't said it. In the debate, in a presidential debate, what is their purpose of debating? To find holes. They're listening to comprehend, to find the holes. Now, I agree with is listening to be right. You're trying to make yourself right.
And why is the presidential doing it? Because he wants to be the candidate that you voted. Because you're listening.
I'm arguing my base. What I'm supposed to say? Right.
But when you know there's nothing, you just said it's just. So now you're gonna go from being this wall is not being able to be knocked down to where I'm gonna find a way to knock this wall down, and you know there's no way. So right there, it's just like, why do we continue going over it when you're already right?
Hold on, that's why I said.
Can I say something, or I'm not be able to talk?
Go ahead.
Well, from my understanding, Ace, what they're saying and what I see, you trying to put holes even in facts. When there's facts, you're still trying to find the holes within the facts, especially when it comes to a debate. When you're debating trying to prove that you are right and you are the one. You're right and you are the one. That's the purpose of debating. But when you're trying to, and you're not, I didn't say that. I said this is the purpose of debating. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish.
Just hear her.
When it comes to debating, I'm not talking about the facts. When I said facts, I said it sounds like you try to find holes even in facts. Now, listen, I'm saying that's what it sounds like. Again, you may not agree, but it's for me and for everybody. That's what it sounds like. When it comes to debating, when you're debating with somebody because you're trying to prove that you're right. That's when it comes to debating. What they're saying, that's not debating. But the facts part is, it sounds like even when we show you facts, you're still trying to find the loophole or something to prove that is not a fact or to find something else with it.
We've never had a situation, and I get what you're saying, Mika. We've never had a situation where y'all proving me facts, and I said that's wrong. Never once. Never once. The one time that we pulled up facts was yesterday when Mika sat there and I'm not just talking about any other time. Yesterday when I made a statement about the minimum wage, Mika pulled it up and Mika said there's federal and there's state minimum wage. She proved what I was saying as far as that, but she said, but Ace, that is federal. So the state depends. I said, yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what the minimum wage is nationwide. She said, oh yeah, that's federal. Am I right or wrong, Meek?
Yeah, I said nationwide federal, the minimum wage is seven something, but it has nothing to do with the state. It had nothing to do with the state.
And I agree with that. Now, what you're saying, Bill, if Mika said, well, no, by state is this, and I'm like, nah, even in New York, it's $7 minimum wage. That's me trying to find holes. Oh, that's because you work at Taco Bell that they trying to do it. Or that's because you work at this.
Ace, that's when we say you move the flagpole. So we felt like I tried this. This is what move the flagpole is. We'll have one thing, and then you'll add. But in North Carolina, if you do it, nigga, we're not talking about North Carolina. But you'll bring.
But use what we said. Use what we just said. The original thing is the federal I said the minimum wage, the nationwide minimum wage is 7 something. And if you bring up New York, and that's a true statement, I'm not going to disagree with that. But I still got to bring up the fact that you can't ignore that in North Carolina it is that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Debate team study ahead of time and already set in stone with what we'll use in their debate before the debate even starts. So I'm not listening for holes if my research is already strong in debating and to influence people to hear my side of the story.
And I agree. That is 100%. I learned that in persuasion. That is 100%. She's 100% correct. You have a stance. And that's what I was saying. When you said what you said, when bringing up what you said, you said your whole thing is poke holes. Yeah. If I know what my stance is and I see where you're losing, you done lost your stance because either, as we say, you move the goalpost or you don't have enough strength to back up what you're saying, I am going to poke holes in it because it makes my side sound stronger. But that's on opinionated stuff. I've never sat here and poked holes in a factual statement.
All right. So people, listen, we appreciate you sending in the emails. I don't think you should say anything about the whole honey pack situation. I think you should just kind of leave that alone. And like I said, if y'all enjoying it, don't knock it. You know what I'm saying? If it's flowing, it's flowing. If it's flowing, it's flowing. So like I said, people, y'all want to go ahead and send y'all emails and y'all can send them into the Good Brunchin Podcast at gmail.com.
Let me just say before you get into the green flag. I don't move the goalposts. Most of y'all just scared to say what the fuck y'all want to say. That's what it is. Most of y'all are just scared to say what y'all have to say. If y'all have a debate with somebody or y'all have a disagreement, most of y'all will sit there and bite your tongue and won't say it to the person that, hey, I have a disagreement with you, regardless.
I don't agree. Listen, Hoodie Ace is no. Let me just say this. It's a thing with me. I ain't scared of shit. I ain't scared of nobody out here.
I never said
wait, will you let me talk? Shut the fuck up.
When did I say Bill?
Hey, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. Go ahead. What Ace does, Hoodie Ace is gonna call out your name. Okay, that's what Hoodie Ace does. And guess what? Bill is not on this platform. Is no need to call out names. If I
can't hear you. We can't hear you.
If I feel some type of way and I feel some type of way about anybody, I don't have to do it on this platform to drop names or drop. That's not Hoodie Ace. Hoodie Ace is the one that I'm pulling up on you. I'm saying I don't fucking like you.
Right.
All right. So why is it people are scared because we don't say here, but Ace
no, this is what I said. This is exactly what I said, bro. I said I don't move the goalposts. I said most of y'all are not. It had nothing to do. I didn't say Bill. I didn't say Tamika.
I know you didn't say Bill, but we talking on this platform when we've been here. So you gotta understand what you're saying, Ace. You put the hoodie on and say people's names when it comes out like that, or talk about the situation. Okay. When I'm sitting there saying, I know the names that you talking about. You know the name people I got. So I'm just where I'm at right now. I don't need to shout out nobody's name or say my feelings about anything. I don't have to put that on here. That's not what this show is for. And that's not what my brand is about. So if I want to get ahead and talk to you offline, I'm gonna get ahead and let you know what I got to do. But Ace knows he wants to call it out. That's what you want to do. I'm not doing that. So that's why I don't do what I do. If I feel some type of way about other comedians, so I do whatever, that's my fear. I'm gonna give it to you. And if you want to come on here and be like, yo, such and such shit suck, such and such shit ass, but then that dude want to get ahead and come and book me, I'm not saying, no, we're gonna get ahead and work.
No, it's nothing against that.
But I'm just telling you what you just said. How y'all scared? Nobody's scared to go ahead and
this is what I said. I said, and I will say it again. I said I don't want the goalposts. Most of y'all don't want the conflict because most of y'all will say I agree to disagree or whatever because you don't want the conflict. That's all I said.
No, because I don't want to sit here being stressed over this like right now. I just say I leave it alone because you can't hear. I'm just telling you in general. I'm just telling you in general. I stopped mad.
Some people, let's keep it like this. Some people are scared, and some people just don't want to do it.
And
like that's it. Some people are scared, and some people just don't want to. Don't want to sit and argue.
Mika being violent. We sit here and say Mika is violent. Mika could sit here and say, "No, I'm not violent. I'm straight up in front. I am not violent." Now, if you want a problem, I say no problem. But I don't look for problems. Me and you could sit here and say, "Yo," Mika always want problems. Mika could say, no, I don't want no problems. But if somebody want to bring it to me, I'm gonna give them problems. That's all I'm saying.
Like Randy just said, can't call another man scared for not wanting to live life like you do. My piece is worth too much, and this is but listen. And this is my that's my take on it. My piece, I can't do it. I'd rather just walk away because I'm not going there. I know where I can go. I'm good. I'm at peace. That's my thing. That's why I don't do it. But like I said, we're gonna get into the last.
I'm like Mika. Let's go get. If you want the problems, we give you the problems. If you don't want the problems, we don't give you the problems. Okay.
All right, y'all. Like I said, we're gonna get into this red flag, green flag. I don't.
Mika be in the car by itself. Okay. We bumping Dipset all day. Like.
I was talking about this earlier too.
So people, look, we got the new segment of the show that we doing on Thursdays. Y'all know we go ahead and have this or that. We have fact or myth, and now we have added the green flag or red flag Thursdays. So now green flag or red flags, people, I want y'all to know when we read all these things are on the first meetings or like on the first time you're meeting something. I don't want to hear, well, how long we been with them? How long we known it? No, this is like first meet. This is what we're doing. So we're going to have some fun with it so we can lighten up this damn episode. But here we go. The first one is green flag or red flag. You go on the first date. Your man or your woman has on black Air Force Ones, some low black Air Force Ones. Is that a red flag or is that a green flag?
That's a major red flag.
What'd you say, me?
It's a red flag.
It's a red
flag.
But
let's say the low top ones. It might be yellow.
So the low tops, you good. High tops is definitely.
I know. I'm okay. Not good. I'm okay with the low top black uptowns, but it's not like no. I'm gonna ask questions.
All right, Ace, how you feel about that? Ace probably don't give a fuck. Ace, look, Ace be like, hey, yo, that's
talk about that. They sneakers.
Look, everybody in the comments, red flag, red. Ace, I knew Ace was gonna say,
fuck about that. Sneakers.
All right. Once you find out people that wear those, you understand.
That's what we put as a culture on people. When Air Force Ones first came out, black was in, white was whatever. So I don't give a shit. That's what you want to wear. That's what you want to
wear. Yo, look, all I'm gonna say is it's a red flag, and just watch your pockets. They might rob you at night. If they got creases all in them, you listen. You know what they look. Unless they're working in the back.
I don't buy them because I just don't. I prefer the white ones and then any other colors. But I don't give a fuck.
If you ain't working, especially them high top ones, if you're not a bus driver or
I never seen the high top. I never seen the high top one. To be honest with you,
with the strap,
I got a pair of high top black ones with the strap.
Yeah, I never seen them.
But I only use those for work.
Yeah, I never seen. See, me, I done got into having steel toe sneakers.
I got a couple of those.
You like the steel toe?
I don't wear them outside.
No, I've gotten into having steel toe sneakers. So unless, and I'll be honest, I heard that shit from a nigga in jail. Always have steel toe shits. You never know when shit gonna jump off.
All right. So next, no Air Force One slander. All right, y'all. So the next one is they consistently check their phone on the first date. On the first date, they're consistently checking their phone. Is it a red flag? Or green
that
flag?
means you bored. So why you here?
Ace, how you feel about that? Is that a red flag? They consistently checking their phone?
Nah. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. You said this is based off of when I first meet the person.
All right. This is the first date. This is the first date.
I don't know what the fuck they got going on. They got kids, got a business. I don't know. So it's still not a red flag to me.
Let me tell you something. It's a red flag because if you know you on a date, you going out on a date with me. We're getting to know each other, but you're like this the whole time, constantly like this, interrupting me like this. That means you didn't make any type of effort to sit and go on this date.
But what if
that's how I'm gonna now?
What if they're able to still have communication with you while doing it? Like it's not like if you're talking
to them. That's a red flag for me. But
what if you're talking to them and they're able to communicate? They're answering their phone, but they're able to communicate. It's not like it's stopping anything.
This is the first date. we're trying to sit and get to know each other, you're not listening fully to what it is that I'm saying. If you're trying to talk to me and at the same time talk to whoever it is that you're talking to, respond to an email. If I sit and say, I like chicken wings, you're going to be so focused on the email, you just might write chicken wings or something. Like, there's not going to be.
Okay, so using that, what if you say, y'all like chicken wings, and they still like this, they pick it up, they're like, yeah, me too, I love them. And they still replying, they're talking to you.
Interaction. We're on the first date. You need to interact. If I'm talking to you and you like this, there's no interaction. You're more focused. You're more focused on this than interacting with me. So that's a major red flag. We could sit and I know as a mom, if you have kids, it's overstanding. I understand that. You got to express that. That's stuff that has to be expressed.
Asking questions. How does that say that's moving the goalpost? I'm like, I'm asking the questions that she's saying. She said, if you're talking to me, how's that moving the goalpost? I say, what if they're still responding to you? Is that still considered a red flag? Okay. She said, yeah. To me, it's not a red flag at all. You can be on your phone.
So now let me ask y'all this. If y'all are on this first date and
that's moving the goalpost. That's moving the goalpost.
I just said I'm asking the question. It's a red flag.
That's moving the goalpost. Because when I asked the question, I was told
this is a whole nother green flag, red flag.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did. If you're on your first date and the person that you're with, they're on their phone and then they put their phone face down on the table, is that a red flag or a green flag?
That's a red flag for me.
That's a red flag. Face down phones. Face down phones. Is a face down phone a red flag or green?
It's gonna be a red flag, but it's not gonna affect our first date, right? Because I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna see it as you don't want me to see something on your phone. Fine, I'm not gonna be upset then. This is the first date. You're not even my man. You understand? But that's something that I know for a fact that men, not all, before we sit and debate, many people will sit and go like that. Because the phone is going to ring and it might say my wife. The phone is going to ring and might say my husband. So that's considered a red flag for me on a first date, but it's not going to affect the date. I'm just going to make sure I keep that in mind.
Ace, you don't care?
No, it's the first date. I'm going over what you said in the beginning.
I get you.
Person, I don't know what they got going on. I may not even like you by the end of the night. Like, yo, I don't know.
Beauty said, he's not only dating me. Women need to get over themselves. I don't care about the face down.
I don't know you.
Look, it's I put it like me. I wouldn't call it a red flag, and I guess we're gonna have to throw this like yellow thing in, but I don't want to keep yellow because there'd be a lot of things to yellow. But I feel like it's not a red flag, but it's something I'm gonna keep in the back of my head, because now if it continues, now I'm sitting there like, I feel like something hot. And like you said, the first date, I'm gonna notice it, but I'm just gonna keep it moving. You know what I mean? Because it's something like when you're in a relationship and you start seeing that it's something that you notice. So it's something that I'll go ahead and say I would keep in, the back of my head.
A lot of people don't pay attention to that, but many do.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Now,
and I do. I know for a fact I pay attention to certain things. I pay attention. I'm not saying I pay attention. I haven't been on a fucking date in years, but if I was on a date,
yo, this is something going on. Like, but I'm going off of what he said. All of these are first time meeting. I don't know what's going on. Shit.
I think people should show a little more like attention if you're going, because when you go on a date, that means you're trying to find somebody or you're trying to get to know somebody. You're trying to sit and build. That's the purpose of going on dates. I'm going on a date because I want to get to know you, right? So I'm not gonna sit here and act like everything you do is just whatever because I just met you. We're on a first date. No, we need to pay attention to stuff like this.
Sometimes you gotta wow me within the first 30 seconds, and if you don't, I might just go through this to go through the motion.
All right, so let's see. The next one is hold on. I just had okay. The next one says green flag or red flag only communicates through social media. Only communicates through social media. Is that a red flag or is that a green flag?
That's a red flag. Why you only come like? I mean, that's why you only hitting me up through social media. Don't you got my number?
Exactly. I know. I have a friend that will always like he'll communicate like he's like people be texting, he's all in the DM with it,
But that's a friend. That's not somebody you want to date with.
No. I'm saying, no, I'm talking about
okay.
a guy that's talking to somebody else, not talking to me. But and then calls them. You know how you can call on like Facebook and Instagram now. They do that all the time to these people. I'll be like, yo, that's how you
got their
number. Like that's how you communicate. So that's it happens. So and I mean that goes on Snapchat, Instagram, all them things. People just communicate through the DMs. Is that a DM? Is that a red flag for you?
No, I don't know you. Why you got my number? I don't want you to have my number. I just met you. We're gonna communicate through social media until I see this is going further.
So now what I'm trying to say is, like I said, yeah, this is when we of course we meet somebody through social media. Now we're in social media. We just keep it here. I call you through social media, or like that's not weird to you. Like I gave you my number. I gave you my number, and you have my number, but you still just call me through Instagram.
If you gave me, if I have the person's number, that wasn't what your question was. Your question was. And see, Cash ain't putting no.
This is an example of hope. This is an example of
your question. Your question was just communicate through social media. If I just keep communicating,
you just did it. You just moved it. You just moved it right this second. You just did it, and I'm not.
When you just said, hold on, read your question again. Read your question again.
Only communicates through social media.
Does not say that I have their phone number. So yes,
okay, no, it does. What I'm trying, Ace. All right. Listen, when I give you a situation, you be so technical, thinking the first day. Listen, just listen. If somebody meets you, we're asking a question. Of course, on day one, you're not gonna talk. That's how we met. We met on here. But if we've been talking for a while, like in the beginning stages, first day, different things like that's how all these questions come about. So there's certain questions. It's going to be first date. Okay, first date isn't the first day you talk to them. You might have talked to them before. You get what I'm trying to say?
Not in 2024. Niggas is fucking. I'm just saying you.
But what do I have to do with dating?
What I'm just saying.
Shit for me to get to the date, I had to communicate with you before, right?
Right, and if we communicate,
so that's what I'm trying to say. It's not the technicality of the question.
Hold on, if I met a female on Instagram, right, and I'm DMing her on Instagram. That's the only way I've been communicating with her. We set up a date. And okay, cool. We meet here. We go on the date. I've been communicating with her through Instagram. We go back home. I only been communicating. Now, if I get her number, that will bring something different. You only communicating and you have another way to communicate with her. But if I've only been communicating and they've never gave me my number, do I find that as a red flag? No, we only communicate through social media. Gotcha. That's what I'm saying. If I'm talking to Mika, we met on Instagram. We went on a date through Instagram. I'm here. I'm DMing her. No. Jocelyn, no. It's a green flag. It's a green flag. I said that. Y'all the one throwing in that, it's a green flag. I don't find it a fucking problem.
Yo, nigga, definitely eating on Thursday in 2020.
Yo, it is. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, y'all making it seem like social. Yo, these kids nowadays don't even ask for phone numbers. Like you just said about your man. They go like, yo, what's your IG? They don't even ask for phone numbers.
From conversation, not be real. Yo, people, oh my gosh. If this show didn't do what it needed to do for angry producer, I think this is definitely great.
Like I said, gotta understand the way I be thinking. Like, let's be real about this shit. Yo, half of y'all get each other number or get each other social media too. If I'm not sitting out here, if I ain't getting no phone number, if somebody holler at Cash in through social media, he ain't gonna be like, yo, give me your number today. Y'all gotta figure who the fuck you is.
No, so, I mean, okay. I'm just gonna people listen. It's the Good Brunchin podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in every Monday through Friday from 12 to 1. This is what we do. Like I said, we always gonna get ahead and get these debates out. Sometimes it gets hot. It gets hot.
You be all right.
This is what we do. We know we did our job because we got the angry producer on here.
Hey.
A lot today, okay?
Listen, let me explain something to you. Y'all people don't know this. They always say, Cash always says, we be boring. This is whack.
That was for Cash. I was just bringing it. That was for Cash.
He always, am I right or wrong, me? He always say, man, y'all be doing this. If I ain't got a headache, y'all ain't doing it right. Don't he always say that, me? Don't he always say that?
I agree.
That's my job from now on. To get this nigga a headache.
I don't say that. Billy says that shit.
Bill.
But no, you
didn't say that.
You've agreed to it, Cash.
You said
agreed
that.
To
you
it.
said if I don't have
he agreed to it. He agreed to it.
We used to bring the questions up, and you'd be like, "Yeah, this is gonna stress me out." All right,
yeah,
that's exactly what you do.
That's my job. That's my job, people.
But listen, y'all.
Y'all remember to stressing me out, nigga.
Y'all remember starring Buck Wild? I am Star.
Listen, people. We hope you tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, as you know, is Situation Fridays. That's where we just have all our situations. If y'all want to send any situations, send them into the Good Brunchin podcast. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. From your boy, Bill the Billionaire, Ace Brown, Tamika, and the Angry Producer, it's been the Good Brunchin podcast, y'all. And I just want to say good brunchin', and we will see y'all tomorrow, y'all. Peace out. Good brunchin'.
Good brunchin'. A good brunchin'. A good brunchin'. It's the Good Brunchin' podcast. 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 Everybody. Good brunchin'. It's the Good Brunchin' podcast. It's the Good Brunchin' podcast. It's the Good Brunchin' podcast. Everybody. Good brunchin'. You are tuned into